Hey, shall we start or can we wait for a few minutes more?
Prashant, I think we should start because it's 6:30, 6:42, so we should start, I guess.
That's why I'm asking actually.
Yeah, we should start.
Let them to join because we know that classes is going on.
Yes.
So I think they will join. So there is one technical error. So I'm sharing the another link that is going live. So just update the link.
Ping me on WhatsApp. I'll just circulate.
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Suresh, sir, good evening. This is Prashant, Incubation Manager at Bhau Institute. So, guys, good evening, one and all present over here. So, today's session is for the specifically for the KPIT Sparkle students. So, we all know the KPIT Sparkles, and after my words, I will handing over to the KPIT Sparkle team. So Sahil is from the KPIT Sparkles team. He will elaborate the program as well. So for these today's sessions, we have the Suresh Nasima sir, who is the managing partner of Co-Create Ventures and the Pesu Venture Labs. So recently we had one talk with sir, and actually we had a good response from the students from the COP and others associate institutions. And so for the replications of that sessions, I just happy to invite Suresh for the sessions. So this is the program in the collaboration with in what we can say the association with COP Bhau Institute and KPIT Sparkles to enhance the student entrepreneurs, we can say. Already they are in the ideation stage and wanted to have their GTM, go to market level. So yeah, Sai, hand it over to you. Just give the Sparkle program brief, and we'll just move it to the Suresh's keynote sessions. Yeah.
Prashant, I did go through that. I did go through the website. I think I have understood what they are trying to do.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. That's great. That's great.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So without wasting your time, I'm handing over to you. Yeah. So.
Okay, Prashant. Okay, man. Because these guys are already decided to become entrepreneurs, right? So
yeah, sir.
On the idea, would be happy to know what they are thinking here. If there are any questions, I want to start with that, rather than trying to make it a one-way exercise.
Yeah, that will be great. Yeah, that will be great. Yeah.
Any questions, students?
Yeah, participants.
So you can unmute yourself and ask your questions, or you can just put it in the chat section. One of us will read out and just let everyone know.
No, if they type it, I can also read it.
Yeah.
At least, guys, tell me what are the kind of ideas that you guys are working on. You can paste it there, so we can take it from there, right? So, see, fundamentally, I want to give some perspective. As you guys type, there are some perspective. if you are working on an idea, there are two paths for you. One is you need to make it a self-sustainable lifestyle business, wherein it will continue to generate, let's say, 2 crore or 6 crore or 10 crore kind of revenue, right? Incrementally, with a reasonable amount of profits, right? That's one kind of businesses that you can do. Or you think that you are a venture scale startup who will grow very fast. There is a very large market opportunity. With money, I can really go and grow very big because I have a strong differentiation, I have a strong innovation capability. Then there is an opportunity to become venture scale startup by which you can start raising venture capital, right? So what we understand or what we believe in is, of course, once it's most important thing for any entrepreneur is to figure out what is the direction he has to take. Whether will he remain a lifestyle entrepreneur or whether he wants to become a venture scale entrepreneur. There is no right or wrong, right? So at the end of the day, I've seen a lot more lifestyle entrepreneurs making a lot more money, lesser risk, a lot more money than the venture scale operators, venture scale businesses. But it just depends on your idea and it depends on you as a personality, right? These are the two options. So one of the fundamentally important things for you to understand from the route to market perspective is what is the direction that you want to take, right? If you are a lifestyle entrepreneur, you will trade margins and profitability for the scale because you have to run your cash flows every month. Whereas if you are a venture scale entrepreneur, right, when you want to come to VCs like us and then come and raise 1.5, 2 crore or whatever the kind of money that you want to raise, then you will trade scale for the margin. I'm not saying you will lose the margin. It's okay to have a lower margin, but you will scale rapidly, right? These are the two things. Lifestyle.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Sir, I think your video is, I think, off. Can't see you.
It
Can you
says
please?
you can't start the video because your host has stopped. Yeah, some technical glitch.
No, sir. No, sir.
It says you cannot start
Yeah.
it because the video of this one.
Yeah, I'm just checking the thing.
So anyway, let me continue because even they don't have this one, right? So let me continue, right? So these are the two paths that you have. So most important thing for your idea is to determine, right? When you have an idea, this idea, it's not about you. The idea fundamentally will be a lifestyle idea or a fundable idea, venture scale fundable idea. A. Having said that, even lifestyle idea can raise capital, but once you reach certain level, for example, once you get a, let's say, 50 crore revenue with profitability or 30 crore revenue with profitability, then PE guys will come and invest money in you because you have figured out your unit economics, you have figured out your growth metrics, etc. So most important thing for students or any entrepreneur is to get his idea validated and understand whether it's venture fundable or whether it's a lifestyle business, right? So for lifestyle business, you need to capitalize them either through a bank loan, right? You either through a bank loan or through the customers, right? Or you need to take money from your friends and family, right? Who don't have an expectation in terms of return in the short term, right? That's the option that you have if you are a lifestyle entrepreneur. If you have a venture style entrepreneur, if you have a brilliant idea, right? So for example, what we do as a fund, right? If you like an idea, right? If you like an idea and if you like the student who is working on that idea, then we will go invest up to, let's say, and we'll commit that we invest 1.5, 2 crore rupees from idea stage or whatever is required to fund your business plan. That's what we do, right? So we come in at an idea stage, but that depends on the idea, that depends on the team, that depends on the kind of preparations that you have, right? So the first thing is you determine whether your idea, is it scalable or is it something which venture capitalists will come on board or whether lifestyle entrepreneurs will come on board. A. B, for the venture scale idea, just because you have a venture scale idea, it doesn't mean that, for example, you can come to me with another idea like I am Swiggy for Pune, right? Then the question that we ask is, can this guy build a top 2 company in the deliveries or top 3 company in the deliveries, right? So in the country, that's how we that's how we actually decide whether we need to fund an idea or not, right? So that's the first point. I think I would still await questions from you guys, right? Because it's especially because I don't need to talk about why you should become an entrepreneur, that you guys are aware of, right? And why you should become an entrepreneur when you are still in college. That's also is ticked out, right? And you have already picked up the idea. So I don't need to tell you what idea, how you should pick up the idea, because you already picked up. Now that you have an idea, right? So ask me what are the questions that you want me to answer. Otherwise, we can.
Hello.
Move on. Yeah.
Hello, sir. My name is Shahtade. I am from Arunachal Pradesh, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Which college you are from? Which college?
Sir, I am from NERIST, Northeastern Regional Institute of Science and Technology, Arunachal Pradesh.
Okay. Okay. You are still studying or you are passed out?
No, sir. Actually, I am in my final year, sir.
Okay, good. Tell me.
Okay, sir. Actually, everything you're talking about is like coming to a point where company registration is becoming very important. Like you want to raise a capital, or you want to go to an investor, talk to an investor, then company registration is very important. So I have been chasing this whole venture thing for 1 year myself now. The question that I want to ask you is that, sir, like money is the financial issue is the most big problem I think that like student entrepreneurs face. So ऐसा रहता है कि sir, as for myself itself, now I am not very sure should I be registering a company or not. Now I have the idea that yes, I have to do this to form a company, and after forming a company, what will be needed? If I do not like meet the requirements and everything, I'll have to put up compliances fee and everything. Sir, so I know that, but I do not have the money to even do that, sir. What do I do?
Brilliant question. I really like that question. Wish everyone asked this question before even they start up, right? So thanks for asking this question. I'm not sure about others. I can tell you about our fund, right? We understand this constraint. So what we will tell the entrepreneurs is you don't need to create a company, right? Till you build your product and start getting the revenues from the customer. Till that time, we will take care of everything. We'll maintain, we will warehouse all your IP, warehouse everything. And the day you want to create a company, day you want to, then we just create a new company for you. We'll take care of those expenses and transfer all the IP, revenues, etc. to your books, right? So we understand this is how it should be, right? There is no point in going and creating the startup from day one. In fact, it's counterintuitive, right? So one of the advantages of startup is you should always be young, right? So if you take 1 year to build your product and get to the market, and if you create a startup on, let's say, once you are ready to the market, then people see you will receive your business and think that, oh, in 6 months, this guy has already got a, let's say, 1 crore kind of revenue, which sounds much better than, okay, this person has taken 1.5 years to get to 1 crore of revenue, right? So we normally recommend students who work with us to start working with us. We'll give them all the funding resources that they require if we like the idea. And we suggest them to create a startup or create a company when they are ready and where they are confident that this product will scale up. But that's the mechanism that we had. But the reality is, other than us, if you want to take any government grants, if you want to take any funding, you need to go and create a company. And you need to manage all those compliances. But there are some, for example, no, you have to create a public limited company. You can't even create a partnership company, or you can't create an LLP, because the funds can't invest into LLP, right? That may be good for grants, but not for venture capital fund. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Quite nicely, sir. But now I have another question, if that's okay, sir.
Pardon me, you have?
Another question, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So yes, I agree to everything that you have said, and it was very much informative of you, sir. Now, let's say I have this product, and to be honest, I do have that product, which is like I have even spoken with the manufacturing guy and everything. So the manufacturing guy is from Gujarat. So I have done everything. So I have the product ready in my hands, which is not this one that I have submitted to KPIT, which is not this. I'm just saying that I have a product ready. Now, what do you think will be the time span? Let's say you like the idea, and what will be the time span of getting a funding or taking it to the market, sir?
No, what we do, right? So this depends on the idea, but what we do is the day we like your idea, we start investing in your idea, right? I mean, the investment includes the manufacturing, the resources that you require, the design that you want to do, right? The inventory that you want to get, certification that you want to get, patent you want to file, right? We invest in pretty much everything that is required to get your product from today to market, right? Generate revenue. I mean, we'll start investing in that from today, right? That's what we do. But normally for the hardware, right? So, I mean, other investors, I'm not sure, right? Unless you have the prototype ready. And in fact, it's very difficult to raise money for any hardware product which includes manufacturing, right? So there has to be an exceptional case for anyone to do that. But even when they do that, normally they expect you to have initial customers for them to come on board. Okay. Is this location based? No. We are okay to fund startups across the country. We are not dependent on the location. All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks. Welcome. Bye. So any other questions? Prashant, you can ask any questions if students are not there, right? So that we can close this.
Yeah. Actually, we have just collected some of the questions from the students. So we'll go with that one also. So one of the question actually, the guy recently he's having some questions from the Arunachal, right? Regarding the registration and all.
He did ask now, yeah. Just now he asked that question.
Yeah. So one of the question was like that, how one student can convince their parents to become entrepreneurs as being as a students, because students are willing to have the entrepreneurs, becoming entrepreneurs, but the parents' role is like you just have graduation or something, post graduation, then go for the yes, this kind of.
So I mean, Prashant, it's a right from parents. Now, why would parents ask anyone to work on something for which there is no clarity? So what we recommend, it's not the mistake of the parents. No, what we recommend students, right? How we support them is, you should have your business ready before you sit for the campus recruitment. Yeah, when the campus recruitment this one starts. By that time, if you have the business, you can go and tell your parents, right? Here are the two options. In one option, I'll be able to, someone wants to invest, let's say 10 crore at a valuation of 40 crore, right? And I own 60% of my company. So I'm worth the 24 crore. And another one wants to give me 2.6 lakhs per year kind of salary. Which one you want to take, right? Any parent will understand what you are talking. A. B.
Yeah, right. Right now, this is a scenario is there.
Right. I mean, that's a problem. So you should have, what we push for is have startup before you pass out. A. B, in our case, what we also do is we will start making sure that entrepreneurs will take the salary, right? So, for example, all our, when the product is ready and when before you start moving out of the college, all our entrepreneurs will get a pretty decent college. Probably what's the best that someone, I mean, at least what is the median range in what KPIT can get, right? Now this one, right? That's something which we do. Third one, to address this, all our entrepreneurs who are part of the co-create ventures, all our entrepreneurs, right? Whenever we do that, they automatically qualify for an MBA or MS program, right? They just need to go on. Out of 30 credits which are there required for MBA or MS, they already get 10-15 credits. For 10-15 credits, you just need to go and write an exam so that you get the degree. And in fact, even fee you don't need to pay. We have done a deal with that, so whereby our entrepreneurs don't even need to pay the fee. And this is not from Indian universities. I'm talking about universities from abroad, right? So these are the ways we are handling. That is the risk. But students, in fact, any girls in this one today here? In fact, a lot of girls, I have 60% of my entrepreneurs are young girls, 19, 20-year-old. And a lot of them become entrepreneurs so that they can postpone their marriages, right? So this is, it's a good, I mean, the whole idea is you should prove yourself before you leave the college. Rest of the stuff will work later. But if you start working on your idea in the final sem and say that I want to work on this idea and want to spend two years, it may not work like that. Okay.
Sounds good. So another question is like that, while going for the startup registrations and all, what is the formalities and how the other resources like co-create ventures will help them to register the company, to file a patent or some kind of this?
So the
this
day
kind of...
we like your idea, there is a patent lawyer who will come work with you and then file the patent, the provisional. I mean, we will first start with the provisional patent. Company registration and other things will just handle it for you. Even as long as you are with us, even filing and all the regulatory submissions, etc., will handle it for our entrepreneurs.
Another one was that, yeah, yes, sir.
I have a question. May please do ask it to sir, please?
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead.
Okay, so this is Sriram.
Can you please introduce yourself first?
Sure. So this is Sriram from KCG College of Technology, Tamil Nadu. So my question is, we have a good idea and we have a proof of concept to that, sir. But initially, for making a good scale prototype itself, we will be needing some funding. So can you guide us how we could raise for funding for making a prototype? Is that possible?
Sriram, I said if we like the idea, at least if we like the idea, right? From the idea stage, we'll take care of it. We'll fund your prototype development. We'll fund your product. We invest in the idea. In fact, we say if you already have the prototype, you are too late for us. That's what we say. However, okay, I will repeat, it's not, I mean, there has to be a very, very substantial business case for us to invest in the hardware, right? Because it's not very easy to raise capital for the hardware in the future. We have 5 companies and with a very, very strong backbone, etc. But hardware is tougher. Yeah.
Okay.
They don't scale. Indians won't pay. A lot of other reasons.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Great. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Any question from participants?
Getting the funding, provided you have selected the idea, right? So we like the idea. We'll normally spend 10-15 days with you normally, right? So this one 10-15 days to fine tune and then we'll onboard you. Yeah. Okay. I mean, in fact, even the 10-15 days, we'll give you the term sheet, provisional term sheet at the max within 1 week, right? There is no, I mean, what is that? If we like an idea, we'll support you. Otherwise, we'll drop it, right? That's it. There is no due diligence required here. How does COEP'S incubation work here? I think that's for Prashant to answer, which I think he will answer.
Yeah. So that is up to the KPIT. So we'll connect the Mathleen to the respective person. Not the issue. So one more is question was that at the early stage, so validation of that idea should be there. So how one can go for that? What is the resources for that?
See, I think there are few validations here. One is, for me, the most important thing was entrepreneur's gut, which is backed by a strong research, right? So entrepreneur needs to feel that, right? If the product like that doesn't exist, then don't waste your time. I mean, do a research on Google with all the possible keywords to see whether such a product exists, right? If you are convinced that such a product doesn't exist, then go with the gut. That's the first one. Second one, if you expect people to use it, right? Or if it has the dependency on, let's say, you are working on a medical product, right? So then you have dependency on doctors using it, right? Then you should go and talk to doctors saying that, will your patients use it, right? What makes you use it? What makes you don't use it? Right? And the most important thing is way you ask the question, right? You should never ask the open-ended question, right? In fact, As an entrepreneur, the kind of question that you ask, go and learn from the journalist, right? So you should never ask an open-ended question. You should never ask a closed-ended question. You should go and ask them what makes you use it, right? What are the challenges because of which you will not use it? You make them think, right? That's the second one. Third thing, I will tell you the biggest hack, right? So try to connect with the investors who would have done, who would have seen hundreds of deals like this. Go and ask them what do they feel, right? Frankly, you can ask them, right? Normally, if you come to me and say that, I will just say it's not in our line of business. But if you really ask me, it's okay. I mean, I'm here to ask for the feedback, and I'm not going to. I know that I can't raise the money. Please give me the feedback. What do you say? And if you are ready to get that harsh answer, then ask them, right? So, but I will tell you whom not to answer, right? Who not to ask. Don't go and ask people who have not built the startup in that area, people who are not VCs, right? People who are mentors who don't know anything about that domain. Don't go and ask them, right? Because that's a common sense answer that you are getting. I'm not saying they're wrong, but many times common sense answers won't take you far. Okay, specify the time like 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. Yo, I said 1 week. If you one more question like this, probably you are this one. Okay, I mean, take it as 30 days, right? How my this one, right? That's what you should do. Take it as 30 days here.
Any more questions from the participants?
Hello.
Yeah, please go
Hi,
ahead.
sir. Again, this is Hatade again, sir. Sir, the question was regarding the retailing side, sir. So, as I've told you that I have spent around 1 year running around this venture thing. So I have, sir, I have done all this, like, let's say the GST registration. So first I wanted to take the startup option, but then the startup option had many complications, like OPC नहीं बना सकते because once you get an like you can't get investment क्योंकि उसका shareholdings you can't divide it among others. So you'll have to make a private limited company. Now you create a private limited company. You'll have to fund the CA. You'll have to. I mean, like,
yeah, I told you, right? All those are true. Yeah, that's where I said, right? You are absolutely right, and it's not difficult to close. The biggest problem is when you want to close the company. That's where the problem.
Yeah, then you'll have to pay another compliances and everything every year. So this is all like
that is reality. That's the reality.
Lot of puzzling. That's the reality. I'm doing research on this for 1 year itself. Now the conclusion that I have come into is that I am thinking ki enterprise GST registration is one thing. Like you have a product, directly register a GST through an enterprise and then sell that product through that enterprises. It will just take around 3,000 to 6,000 rupees to do a GST registration. And then you make a website and start selling it on Amazon, Flipkart, or let's say your local website. Sir, now when we go to the retailer options, sir, let's say you have a product. Now this product has to go from the distribute, like let's say you are the manufacturing unit. Now this has to go from the manufacturing unit to the distributor, to the retailer, to the customers. Now this thing, the price breakdown is also another thing that I think many entrepreneurs will be struggling on. But specifically, I want to know from your side, Ki, what is the best approach? Like, do we directly sell it to the customer? Do we do the retailing system? And if we
depends on the idea, yeah. Okay, I mean, if you think you can get the traffic from the directly from the website, and if you can get a positive unit economics, then why do you want to get to the retailers from day one, right? Depends on the product, right? Is it a mass product, right? Can people buy it off the shelf? B,
yes,
right?
yes.
Can it buy? B. See, are there enough margins for me to sell it through online? Will I be able to get enough traffic? Right? It depends on the product. There is no generic answer to the question that you want. But if you can sell it directly to the customer, then why do you need retailers?
Sir, because retailers can take, the huge amount of product which they
That's
even
where I
don't
said
need, sir.
You can get a scale directly from the customers. You don't need the retailers.
Okay, sir. I get that. To be honest, like in my venture thing, in my this whole entrepreneurial journey, what would I say? The whole stoppage, like whole obstacle in this whole entrepreneurial journey is money itself, sir. even GST registration के लिए पैसा चाहिए.
That's an obstacle for all entrepreneurs. That's true, right? So you need to, that's the money is the obstacle for all the entrepreneurs. Yeah? If you have all the money in the world, then you will not close the company, right? That
Yes, sir. Yes.
All of them require money. The question is, you need certain money, even Adani requires money. Yeah, it's just a question of how much money you require to build that, right? That's a common
Okay,
factor.
sir.
You need to figure out the entrepreneurship is about finding the answers to the problem, right?
Sir. And sir, what about the licensing and the validation? Like some products are there which need, for example, we deal with a food product, there needs to be an FSSI certification, or we deal with a technical
Well,
product which...
don't take shortcuts with the certification. Don't take that.
Okay,
That's
sir. Okay, sir. Okay. So you mean to say that we'll have to acquire all the certifications?
Yes, whatever is required. You need to get the lab tested. You need to get the FSSCI. You need to get the certification. You need to get the nutrition, this one done. Whatever is required, you need to do that. That's what you have signed up for.
Okay. I get it, sir. Sir, can you tell something about investor talking, like chatting with investor? Because like I myself has tried communicating through LinkedIn, through Facebook, through Instagram, everywhere I have posted them, I have updated them about this. Are you interested in this? Can you give me a review? And some have replied, "Ki, no, we are not interested." And but there is no possible way of getting in touch with an investor.
See, I get at least 60 messages every day from the prospective entrepreneurs, right? And almost all of them are bombarded with the ideas, right? We choose which one to respond, right? Based on 2-3 rings. One is it recommended by someone, right? Or is it this one? Or B, first time I will look into this, is the idea good enough, right? Normally, people will not read more than 2 or 3 sentences of yours. If you say, I'm addressing a very large market which will change the world, I will not read rest of the message. Yeah?
Okay.
Knowing the first message, what is that you are trying to say? If you are trying to say the food problem, I want to say what is the food that you want, right? So start with what hits me, right? So that's extremely important. Then I will get this one, right? So you need to learn how to write the cold emails, right? There are several. Go a good Google search. You will know what is the best way to write the cold email, right? So see, investors fundamentally invest in 3 things. One is, who is the person who is talking to me? How good is he? Right? That's the first thing. Second one, what is the problem and solution, right? Is it an interesting problem that I am aware of or that I am not aware of? If I am aware of this problem, you say Indians want to eat. That's not a statement, right? Right? If you say there is a genuine lack of, let's say, proteins in certain places in Arunachal Pradesh, right? So, and that needs to be solved. That's an information which is interesting for me. I will look into this, how you is solving. You got it, right? There is no, that is very, very subjective. And then I want to look at how you are doing. If you say that I am using something which is very, very custom old, this one, and I figured out a great way to manufacture it. I mean, a great way to manufacture it, which I have patented, then I am interested. I will talk to you. If you say I'm doing banana chips, right? To hell, but banana chips in Arunachal Pradesh, there are very high chances that I will ignore your message because that's not my focus area.
Okay, sir.
So remember, team, introduce yourself, right? Most of the time we'll fund you, right? I fund you, the person who is talking to, and the team behind it. Second one, I will look into what is the problem that you are solving, and then I will get to how large is the market, right? How is the differentiation, and those kind of stuff.
Yes, sir. Sir,
but
again,
normally,
one question.
In 15 to 30 seconds, there is an opinion that gets formed about you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir, there is another question regarding the team management. Sir, doing a venture on one individual, I think it is a very hard thing to do, and I've experienced it myself. So, sir,
I will tell you one thing. You really figured out all the problems, sir. I like you for that reason. It's a
I have been experiencing it for 1 year, sir. So I'm very familiar, sir.
No, I know people who have experienced for years, they won't figure it out, right? I'm glad that you have figured out. Good. Continue to be at the same quality. See, guys, it's important to have at least core members in your team. Single founder is very hard. right? Unless you are building a lifestyle business, right? So make sure that you have a partner, A. B, please don't make the mistake of getting partner for the sake of partner, right? Unless you are convinced that that person adds value to you, right? Don't take them, right? Don't use this as an opportunity to get your girlfriend to become your partner. That's not the way you should look at, right? So you should be 100% sure that that person really adds value and there is a synergy. And it's not a bad idea to get a girl, a person from different origin. People love diversity, right? So have a person from a different background in your team, right? Or have someone with whom who is ready to die with you, right? That kind of stuff, right? Commitment is extremely important. Capability is equally important. Don't forget that.
Okay, sir. But let's say I don't get any teammates. I don't get any like team member. As of now, I do have, but let's say I do not have. Does Bhau Institute convince other entrepreneurs to join it, or do they?
I don't know that they need to tell me, but they need to tell you Bhau Institute. But as far as COEP'S is concerned, we try to make the matchmaking happen here, but we would leave it to entrepreneurs to decide, right? In fact, we'll not try to convince either of them, right? We try to recommend or suggest. Because
recommend or suggest?
Suggest mostly, not recommend. Here is a person you can look at it. Because it's a very, very difficult choice here, and we want entrepreneurs to become.
Sir, as there is no incoming questions, I think I have another last question, sir. I think one last question.
Right.
Okay, sir. Telling about my product that I have submitted to KPIT, it is a fuel measuring system. So let's say you have a vehicle and now you have a normal fuel cap, right, sir?
Right.
But my innovation is that I'm making the same fuel cap from a manufacturing unit, but I have integrated a measuring meter in it, so that fuel taps and fuel scheme cannot be done. Now I have done the patent, I have done the validation certificate, not exactly done the validation certificate. It is to come in about 1 or 2 weeks, but that I'm very sure of, ki I'll get it karke. So now
you are basically preventing fraud in the petrol bunks, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, interesting, but the problem is market opportunity needs to be looked into, because petrol bunks are you can only sell it to 4 people in the world. I mean, in India, right? There are only 4 customers, right? So you need to convince one of them to start this business. I mean, if it works, it works, but prima facie, with the story that you are telling, this may not be a venture funded company.
Okay. But the customer are very ready to take it, sir. They are very crazy for it.
Who?
Sir, even the transportation company, they want it in their vehicles. So because their drivers are like scamming them.
Okay, sorry. I got it wrong. So you will deploy it in the cars to prevent the.
Yes, sir. It's an add-on, like a new fuel cap. You throw out your older fuel cap and you just screw it then new fuel cap.
No, looks interesting, but okay, looks interesting. Still, I am not sure how is the model, etc. I need to think through this. Definitely product looks interesting, right? Yeah, this one, but whether it's venture fundable, what is the scale, etc. I need to think through that. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your answer.
But it's an interesting product, right? So you can sell it to corporate. If you can sell it to 2-3 B2B deals, then you have it. This one, yeah.
So, sir, at the early stages, because there are entrepreneurs, they are startups already, they are running their startups. So at the early stage, they need to have some hygiene issues, like agreements, patent on the name of the what we can say, the entity on the name of entity or the individuals. So can you elaborate these hygiene issues at the early stages?
No, it's not necessary that you need to have patents, right? That's not right. But see, I will tell you what are the hygiene issues. You need to have an amazing brand, right? You need to have a culture. You need to build a core team of people who are passionate. You need to build an amazing brand. You need to get your aesthetics messaging right. You need to think of consumer messaging right. You need to build an empathy for the customers. These are more important. Of course, right? If there is an opportunity, go and take the patent. Take the patent and assign it to the company, etc. Right? Make sure that there is no integrity issues when you are assigning the patent. It's not that you assign the patent saying that I will take the royalty as a founder, right? So those things won't go very well with the investor, right? So I will tell you these things here. First one, do the right things for the company. B, make sure that there is no loopholes or there is no conflict of interest in whatever business that you do, right? So rest of it is rest of it depends on the specific company, right? But I will tell you, right? I normally suggest three things. One is go deeper. I don't like jugaad innovation, right? You need to think deeper, right? It's not India is not if you want to build something for the world class, don't think jugaad, right? Think deeper, think classic solution, right? So think larger, think global, right? So don't think that you have one particular customer. Identify how can I take it globally, right? How can I expand across the even when you are not selling, your product should have a global appeal. Second one. Third one, think aesthetics. Have the right brand, right messaging, right English, right communication, right? That's the one. Fourth one, build the right culture from day one. It starts with you, right? How do you want to think? How passionate I should be, right? How that customer, right? I had a colleague, right? Which only thing he did right in his life was the customer support. He couldn't understand the product. He never understood the finance. He never understood the many things, right? In fact, he's highly disciplined. But he was an amazing support guy. Because of that, in one business, he got to such a good level. Of course, he couldn't sustain there is a different issue. But just because he had one thing figured out extremely well, he could get to a certain level, right? So it's extremely important for entrepreneurs to get some of these things right and be passionate about this, right? If you are, you may make temporary adjustment, but you should know that I want to build a product which is of the best quality in the world, right? So nothing wrong in that. That's what will count. Maybe if not for venture fundraise, it might help you in customer acquisition. It might help you in customer service. It might help you in acquisition, right? It might help you in hiring right talent, right? Sir, do you accept existing product like this is an existing product, but I want to deploy it to a target and rebrand it strongly, right? So we will be happy to consider. If the product is very, very interesting, we'll be happy to consider. Yeah. But normally we prefer idea. We would look at the product and see. Right. Prashant, I think if there are no questions anymore, shall we end? Or you want to? You're on mute.
Yeah, Sahil, from your side, any questions or anything you just wanted to have for your students? Yeah, Sahil. Can you hear me, Sahil? Okay, fine. Then from any other participants, any questions or anything you wanted to ask to sir?
Sir, just one thing to confirm, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, are you stating that if we have a brilliant idea, then like you will take it to the market directly? Are you directly guaranteeing that?
Yeah, I'm telling you, we'll take you to the market and take 20%, anywhere between 12 to 20% equity in the business.
Okay, 5 to 20%. Not bad, sir.
12 to 20%.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you, Hugh. So thank you, Suresh sir, for your time and for a quick round of, we can say, having the interaction with the future entrepreneurs. So thank you so much for your time. And we are also looking forward for your insights through the Bhau incubators, to our startups as well, and to our emerging entrepreneurs as well.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sounds
thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
I think I'm late, but no worries.